So we all know this new invincibility glitch where we go to London, we play Orlog, but we forfeit, and then once we leave, we're able to go elsewhere and we're invincible. But did you know that it can be done in many other places as well? I'm going to explain to you where you can go, how you can do it. Some of these places are a little more accessible, and if you're lower level, you don't have to take the risk of going all the way to London. I'm Darkshot, the YouTube Assassin. Let's get into this. Let's figure out where we need to go and how we go about doing this. So in order to do this, first of all, there are only two places we could go. That's England and Norway. We can't do it out of Vinland, and we definitely can't do it out of Asgard or Jotunheim. We have to find an Orlog player. Now over here in Fornburg, this is in Norway. This is one of the very first places you can do this if you're at the beginning of the game and so on. And again, you're sitting down, you're playing Orlog, you forfeit, and before you completely stand up to get to move, you're able to just go and teleport elsewhere. Now, again, this is great at the beginning of the game because that's the very first town that you go into. Now, the other Orlog player over here in Norway also is another person that you could go and play the game. You could sit down in order to do this. Basically, you're looking for people that are sitting on the floor. Anybody that's at a table, it will not work. Anybody that's on the floor, definitely. These guys, it's not going to work, okay? Look for people that are on the ground. So over here in Lincolnshire, this is another spot where you could find somebody. And this one is actually kind of easy. Look how close this was to where you were supposed to be. Like it's right next to the dock. So you could just go there easily and find the person. Over here in this region, you also have another person that's on the floor. They're actually inside like a barn or a building. Over here in Grantlebridgeshire, this is another spot that you're going to find one of these people. Again, the pattern is that they're sitting on the floor. Hamptonshire. Going to go right there to this spot right there. And there you go, you find somebody else. So basically, most places that you go, I think there's about 10 of them, and you could find them. Here's Sussex. And we've got another person right here. Over here in London, obviously, this is the other place that you can go. But like I said, it's easier if you come over here to Lincolnshire, where it's right next to the dock. So basically, for those of you who don't know, you're going to come over, you're going to start the game. Doesn't matter if your heads or tails. In the old style, as soon as the coin hit the ground, you could go to the map. This time, you have to forfeit the game. Once you forfeit the game, you start standing up. Before you completely stand up to move, you're able to go and teleport to another spot. Anywhere on the map. Okay? If you see that you can't fast travel, that's not a problem. Do that again. Like go back to your regular game screen and then hit it again where you're on the map. So that way you're able to fast travel. Now I'm doing this in real time. I'm fast forwarding so that you could see that this still works and that it worked with a player other than the person in London. I left Lincolnshire. Here we go. I'm going to dive off. I'm going to go look for some enemies and I'm going to take them out. And another thing, for all of those who are saying that they can't find patrols, I don't know why you guys can't find the patrols. I find them with ease. And it doesn't have to do with all the wealth being completed. I've been doing this on my alternate account, and I've had no problems. I find them without any issue. One of the easiest things that you could do rather than just waiting around, like look for the patrols with the Raven. And then also, like that mountain I just jumped off, there's a ton of ore there. So knock out all that ore and then give a look and see if anybody comes up. But now here's proof that I'm still invisible, even though I did this out of Lincolnshire. Look at this. I'm just whacking them. All those guards should be attacking me. Nobody is attacking me. And it leaves me free to do whatever I want. I'm able to assassinate everybody, get all the medals I need. Again, you could also go and attack the witches this way. Any zealots that you find along the way, you could go and do raids. And while you're on a raid, nobody's going to bother neither you nor any of your Vikings. You guys are all free to just run around and pillage and plunder everywhere in the abbey or the whatever the churches that they've got there and whatnot. You're able to take everything and nobody will touch you. None of your raiders are even going to be attacked. So it's just a really simple thing. You could attack legendary beasts with this. You could attack anything. And it just makes it easy that we also have it in Norway as well. So again, as soon as you start the game, as soon as you're out there because of course Norway is where you start off, you could immediately just become invincible and just start running around there, destroying everything, doing all kinds of stuff. And again, for all of you who were asking, the only way to turn this off is to either turn the game off completely, die from falling off of a large height. In some cases, falling off the height doesn't work. If you just reload the last save, it just goes continuously sometimes. But the other way that you could do it is just transferring. So if I'm in England, if I transport to Norway, then it comes off and I have to reapply it by going to one of the Orlog guys in Norway and doing the same effect where you just go off and on. So that's all there is to this. This is pretty amazing. You could literally use this, become unstoppable. Nobody sees you. And again, it stays with you until you meet those requirements that I just said. But it's nice to know that there are a bunch of other spots other than London that you can go to in order to do this. It just makes it that much easier for those players who maybe don't have London unlocked or may have one of those other areas closer that are actually unlocked. So again, as long as they're on the floor, you're able to do it. If they're sitting in a chair, you're not able to do it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until the next one, you take care. Be good. So I just started another channel where I am just playing games. It's called Dark Strider Plays. It's just going to be playthroughs of every one of your favorite games. No talkovers, no nothing, no glitches, no tricks, no tips. Again, Dark Strider Plays. Check it out. Support your boy. While I'm doing that, if you would be so kind and you like what we do at the channel here, by all means, please consider supporting it. You could go over to the store tab or even below the video and check out the items that we have for sale. We have t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and whatnot. Every dollar you spend goes towards the channel. Now, if you'd like to be sponsored, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the weekly podcast that we do every Friday, by all means, give me an email at stridernet@gmail.com and I'll answer you back and we'll talk about sponsoring your product or your website and getting it in the podcast several times for people to see and possibly enjoy. Again, Thank you so much for all the donations and all the support. I greatly appreciate it, and it's very humbling. Thank you.